that's Retro Fandango. That's Retro Fandango. When it's Android over iPhone, and you can keep your stupid amiibo and always bashing on Nintendo. But that's Retro Fandango. That's Retro Fandango. Thanks, Retro Fandango. Wow.
All right, here we are. Okay. Look at that. Zoom in right on us. Boom. In your face, YouTube. Retro Fandango. Talking about a video game called Sheltered. Eventually, we'll get there. We usually do. How's it been? How's it been going?
Things were okay, and then just before signing into this, I noticed on the Twitter there, and not to get super old man shaking his fist at a cloud right away, but there's a new poster for Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Have you seen that?
I saw the same one. And you know what went through my head was those stupid WB shows. That's what it looked like to
Yeah.
me. Like
I
douche,
think I guess
WB douche
because
chills.
it's Starfleet Academy, that's
Mm,
technically university they're going for. So they're going
mhm.
for contemporary university student, and they have
Yeah.
a Klingon and a bunch of other aliens like laying in the grass looking up at the stars like they're posing for a
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I
I
just
did. I
hope,
did.
like, I I don't know. Not to
Start.
be the guy that complains about everything, but if the first episode of this show is them on a university campus and people are protesting things about like rights for other aliens and stuff like that.
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
You know what was great about old television is they weren't allowed to do things, so they had to be sneaky about getting their messages out.
They weren't allowed to do things. I
They
gotta
weren't
fix
allowed
that.
to do certain things. Like in the original series, there's like kind of what's now a famous moment of the interracial kiss between Kirk and Uhura. It
Right.
was like, they weren't allowed to do that. They didn't want them to do
Mm.
that, rather.
Yeah.
And they kind of had to force it. They had to be sneaky about it. Or they wanted to
Right.
talk about something, and it was like, "Oh, well, we don't want you to talk about that. It's kind of a sensitive subject." So they would just make an entertaining story, and then they would like, "Oh, well, what if we do it like this, and we're kind of sneakily addressing this topic, but we're not doing it directly." And then it became known as, wow, there's like subtext, and it's they're being very progressive and everything, but there was still an entertaining story to kind of
Mhm.
like solidify everything.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't mind social commentary in my TV shows. I quite embrace a lot of them that did it, like All in the Family or whatever. But
know.
yeah, well, first of all, we're judging this show based on a poster, which is not,
Well, yes. I know it's
you
it's
know.
unfair. I'm I can judge the poster because it's there, and I think it looks stupid.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
I
mean,
have
you're
no
probably
idea.
right.
It
I
could be a well-written show.
could
It
be.
could be about other things. It just feels like it used to be where the story came first, and then you could layer in little bits of commentary and stuff like that. But for some reason, Star Trek has become known as the show that is super progressive and super inclusive. So we have to shove all of these things in there. I don't know.
Well, I think it's more of a
Mm.
statement of television, and that type of television. Like it's all like that. And Star Trek is just a commodity that they use. Like they can't make their own stuff anymore, right? We've talked about this a million times, how there isn't their own original IP. Like, what is this generation's TV show? I don't know. What's their thing? What's their, like Pixar puts out something once in a while, but like there's no, in the 80s it was like every year there'd be an Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters,
Mhm.
Star Wars, whatever the heck it was that was out. There was a whole bunch, but they don't do that anymore because they can't get people's attention, right? It doesn't float up to the surface. If this if things were like it was in the 1980s, this show would be its own thing. It would have nothing to do with anything from our childhoods or whatever. It would be its own
Right.
thing, and we wouldn't even look at it. We wouldn't even pay attention to it. It'd be another dumb show but because it says Star Trek on it, and they got one character with the Klingon forehead, all of a sudden we're shaking our fists at it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And I really hate that I get
I know,
moderately annoyed at these things.
I know,
I
but
can't say I get angry anymore, but it does still like, ugh, like,
yeah, but that's what these
why
shows
aren't
like. That's what they do, right? Like it evolves, I guess. Like this, like these IPs have been around for so long that they eventually just evolve into the next thing. They don't stay true to themselves anymore, unless it's unless it's like a George Miller who's like, no, I'm making Mad Max is my vision. I'm going to make it my way. As soon as that
oh,
guy is gone, it's going to be the committee's going to take over Mad Max, and it's going to be whatever's selling that decade.
oh sure.
That's what Mad
The
Max
this
will be, right?
They say the same thing about Back to the Future. It's like
Yeah. Oh
Robert
yeah.
Zemeckis and Bob Gale are just holding on to that, saying,
Yeah.
"Nah, we don't want you to touch it. We like it the
Yeah.
way it is."
But we know as soon as those guys pass on, the committee's just going to come in. It's just how it
Yeah,
works. It's capitalism.
yeah, that's
We
a
need
good
to
way
make
to say
money.
it. It's that poster is very committee.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is.
So,
They're
yes,
checking all the boxes, right? What's popular
sure.
right now? This, that, this, that. That's all. That's all it is. I don't know. It might be great. It might be fantastic. It might be just the marketing. The show itself might be great. Who knows?
Very
But
true. You can't blame the show for the marketing.
it's just it's so funny because when I saw that poster, um, I had a video. Like Sarah and I, we watch YouTube pretty much every morning. We watch the late night shows and whatever catches our eye. We like car crash videos too. Those are fun. Just watching
Car
people
crash
get it.
videos.
Well, like we call them car crash videos, but they're more like dash cam. Like people have the cameras on their dash cam
Mhm.
on their of their car, and they just like film people doing stupid things out on the road, like they
Oh
cut them
yeah.
off or whatever. We find that entertaining.
Mhm.
It's always fun.
I I'm guilty of falling into the same thing, but I gotta be honest, I hate that I watch things like that.
Oh
Anytime I find myself,
yeah,
going through and just like, oh, what's this video? Oh, what's this? So what's this? And then you just feel the anger, the rage, the whatever kind of building up.
well,
I
it's
can't
our
watch those things.
it's we only watch one, and it'll be like our palate cleanser. Like we watched like the news or whatever, and we're all up and informed and on everything that's going on. Now we have to get on with our day, so we'll watch like a 12-minute car crash, and then we'll move on to
Mm.
the rest of our day. I know I like what it's really bad is the stuff on the phone, right? Those short uh,
Yep.
videos. Those
All
things
your
are
TikToks and things.
yeah, because what those things are, it feeds into people's gambling addiction, right? It's
Sure,
like
yeah, yeah.
because you're like, oh, I don't like this one. What's the next one? Oh, I don't like this one. What's the next one? Then you find one that you like. Oh, that's a good one, and it just
Mhm.
and it releases the endorphins, and then people get addicted to it. They're just on it all the time.
It That's it. It's carefully designed stuff just to
It
get you to
is,
keep on watching and keep on clicking, and I
and it's
mean,
really
get emotionally involved in it. Yeah.
well, that's what it's all designed for, right? And
Yeah.
that's the stuff that bubbles to the surface is all the most terrible stuff in our society because that's the
Mhm.
stuff that gets attention. The more that stuff gets attention,
Like
the algorithm.
Starfleet Academy posters, the
Right,
most
exactly. And
terrible
it just
stuff.
it, it's awful. Well, just the awful
Mhm.
opinions, and you can find there's some good content creators out there. I'm not going to say
Oh,
they're all
sure,
bad.
sure.
I've seen some good stuff, and like there's this one guy I watch. He's great. He takes like those macho man alpha male videos that guys put out, and they just say the most ridiculous stuff and he just breaks them all down, and that guy's good. But yeah, you got to be careful with all that stuff, like I was watching a thing about with I was watching one of Neil deGrasse Tyson's Star Talk videos, and he had an expert on who did all sorts of studies about the addiction to all these phones and the videos and all that stuff, and it's really harmful to kids, right? Because they're impressionable, their minds are young, and they're still growing, they're still developing. So as they're watching this stuff, they get their mind kind of like builds around this stuff. So he was like, don't give your kid, like, you can give your kid a cell phone, at 12 or whatever, but keep them off of social media until they're 16, 17 years old, because they find that, especially girls, they start comparing themselves to all of these women on Instagram, and they get into like deep depressions, right? Because the women who are on Instagram and get all this attention, they don't look like them, or or they don't have what they have or whatever, and it really affects them on a deep level.
Oh yeah, that used to be the complaint about the Barbie doll, but now it's like, hey,
Yeah.
here's free, never-ending free Barbie dolls in your face all day
Yeah,
long.
who are having these wonderful, glamorous lives and are going off on tropical islands and having,
Hmm.
just attention brought to them. And yeah, they feel like as if they're, even though their lives are perfectly fine and they'll have a perfectly fine life, they get depressed because they think that, and it's all show too. Like a lot of what people put out there,
Oh sure,
you know,
we've been on the internet for what, 10, 12 years now
a
doing
long
content and
time,
stuff.
man.
Look how great everything is
Yeah,
over here. I got a
yeah.
Christmas tree behind me and
Oh
everything. Yeah,
wow, look at you. Yeah, I got a
yeah.
bunch of crap behind me too.
I wish
Actually,
I knew
my
which way to turn.
my room's
There
a
you go.
little bit of a mess right now because
And and
I
and
oh,
and
what's that?
see that right there.
Yeah, what's
That's
that?
my inbox Famicom robot
Oh,
right there.
look at you.
Yeah, and it's in a box, huh? Don't you want to be like
Well,
me?
damn, yeah, like a box. That's so awesome.
It's got
It,
cardboard around it.
yeah, you never use it. I'm so
Yeah,
jealous.
you can't even see the actual item because it's got some
It's
cardboard around
got
it.
cardboard on it.
Uh,
I was going to say my room is a mess right now because I've had computer problems all day. So I'm doing a Fandango on my laptop, which I haven't done in a very long time. But yeah, my computer just I had bought, so my computer, but the graphics card in my computer was making this noise. So I went on YouTube. I said, "What can I do about that?" They said, "Just get this kit, and you can put some new fans, in your graphics card, and it'll be fine." So it arrived yesterday, and I thought
mhm.
today, yeah, no problem. I'll be able to do that lickety split because the guy in the YouTube video did it lickety split. So I start doing it, and
Well,
thing
his
comes
life's
off,
perfect.
and yeah, exactly,
It
and
wasn't edited at all.
everything came off, and I'm like, okay, and I start trying to put the fans in, and nothing's like, it's not going, like, it's not working. Like, what the heck is going on? I got the wrong size fans, even though on
Mm-mm.
Amazon it said that it would fit my graphics card. It doesn't fit it. So now I gotta tape it all back up, and I have to go all the way to the other end of town to go and return it. Then I had to scramble to get this thing on a laptop because all the people who are waiting for Fandango, they'll be upset if they don't get it.
That's true. Have you
And
read the comments?
do we have comments?
Yeah, people are upset. They're
Oh,
so upset that they're not commenting.
yeah, they're
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 giving
not
us the
even.
silent treatment.
They're so angry. They're not even watching. Oh, let me tell you, you were talking about being on YouTube for a long time. I think if you asked me 3 years ago, maybe even 2 years ago, about getting old, and I would have said, nah, everything's fine. I don't. But now it's starting to catch up to me, man. All this oldness.
Mm.
Let me tell you, I went back to the doctor. I thank you for everyone for the messages and all that who reached out to me and was concerned that I'd gone to the doctor and had high blood pressure and all that. Let me just
Mhm.
go through the list of people who sent me a message. Okay, that's done. And let me tell you what. No, I went back to the doctor and everything's good. My blood pressure's down.
Mhm.
Cutting out caffeine really helped. So when I went to the
You had
doctor,
cut caffeine a long time ago.
well, like a couple of months ago, I it
Oh, maybe that's me. I cut out
you did,
caffeine a long
yeah, you
yeah,
did.
okay. I did.
I've been a fan of caffeine for a very long time. I love coffee. Like that's one
Oh,
of my
yeah,
favorite
you're a
things.
coffee drinker, that's it.
Yeah, but I don't drink it anymore. Sometimes I'll have just for a treat, I'll have a decaf coffee just for something different. But in September, I went to the doctor, had the high blood pressure and everything, and I was at a 13% risk of having a cardiac event. I went yesterday or the day before. I went on Wednesday.
Mhm.
Today's Friday. So you do the math. I can't. I count everything in dog years, so I can never figure it out. But I went on Wednesday, and
Right.
I am down to a 7% chance. So
Hey.
that I went from a
Well, you cut
medium,
yourself 50%. Yeah.
to borderline borderline medium, like borderline, right. So anything like 5% less, you're at a very low
Mhm.
risk of having a cardiac event. So I'm at
Uh-huh.
7%. So I'm like, that's in the borderline stage. If I was at, I think it's 7.4, that's where the medium starts. So I'm
Hmm.
not quite at medium. I'm on the
Well,
high
that's
end of
only
low.
after a few days, so maybe you're,
Few months.
continuing few months and then
Yeah.
continuing to drop, you know?
Yeah, I have to bring up there's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. My good cholesterol is low, and that might be
Mhm.
because of belly fat. Apparently, if you lose more belly fat, your good cholesterol goes up. So
Sure.
I have to work on that. But I'm
Are you
down.
still, you biking and walking? I mean,
Yep.
it's the terrible winter season kicking in for you.
Yeah. So we've been walking pretty much every day. We'll take a day off on the weekend once in a while, but we go out for our walks every day. But yesterday, yesterday we have one of those what are they called, polar vortex that come down from the Arctic.
Well, oh
Yeah.
my goodness. What do you
Oh
got
yeah.
going on in that country?
It's not just here, man. It's all North America. You get it down in the States too now. If you were I think you dodged all the polar vortexes, but now we get
Mm.
polar vortex, which basically we've warmed the planet so much that the hot air above our countries rise, and cold air from the Arctic seeps down in underneath it.
Mhm.
So yeah, yesterday it was -20 Celsius
Ooh,
with a
my goodness.
wind chill of -27. It was a garbage day yesterday, so I said I was going out through the garage, and Sarah was bringing down our organic garbage. I said, just leave it at the front door, and I'll come around and get it. So I go in the garage, I do the recycling and all that, and I come around to the front door and I try to open it, and it was frozen shut.
Huh.
I'm like, what the hell? So Sarah's on the other end, and she starts like yanking on it, right? I'm like, no, 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 don't. You're gonna strip all the weather stripping. Just leave it, and we'll let it warm up on its own, and I'll put some silicone on it. But yeah, it was that cold.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I complain about the cold every year. I'm not happy about the cold air and stuff, but I really cannot compare in the slightest.
And so yesterday we did our exercise bike inside, and then I lifted some weights. But it's been a while since I did the exercise bike, so today I was a little sore, so I just kind of took today off. I had my computer problems to deal with anyways, so
Hmm.
so was that. Oh yeah, and I was talking about turning old, and oh yeah, okay, so get this,
I
so get
can't
this,
remember what I
right?
was talking about. Oh, I'm getting old.
So yeah, so yeah, so I get a clean bill of health and all that. I can, I don't have to have as strict of a diet, but I think I still will because I'm enjoying all the benefits of it, right? I'm losing weight, and you know, I don't know, mostly losing weight. And so I'm trying to eat all the right stuff, all the good foods and all that. And the other day I had it's really this IBS thing that just hits me out of nowhere. Like I've gone gluten free. I've done something to my insides. I have no idea what's going on with my intestines or something, but I just can't seem to digest food the way I used to be able. Like 3 years ago, I went from being able to eat anything. I'd get, if I
Mhm.
overdid it, I get some heartburn. That would be the extent of it. Now it's like, just talk about addicted to gambling. What can I eat? What do I eat? If I eat this, is this going to make me feel sick? And we were watching a movie the other night called Wild, and it's about this woman who walks from Mexico, the Mexican border, up the Canadian border along the Pacific
Hmm.
coast. It's called the Pacific Coast Trail. And she's like starving for food, right? So anytime she stops at a place or whatever, and somebody will give her food, and she just starts woofing it down. The only thing I could think of while I'm watching her eat is like, oh, I can't eat that. No, I can't have that. So I'm eating all the right foods and all that stuff, but I have this like bout of IBS. Like it feels like I gotta go to the bathroom, but there's nothing there, and it's awful. Then like all this bloating and massive gas, like just blasting out. Like I
All
used to
right.
be like I used to have gas all the time, but now it's like since I've been on my diet, it's got really gone away. Except for this week, it was just insane. And I'm like, what is it? So Sarah's like, well, we had romaine lettuce. So I think it's romaine lettuce. And I looked it up and it's like, okay, it could be romaine lettuce. But then
Mm.
it's like, a day goes by and the next day and then the next day, like 4 days go by. And I'm like, I had that romaine lettuce 4 days ago. I'm still not feeling right. So I'm trying to like figure out what I introduced into my diet, right? So I switched my oatmeal up. And sometimes there's like wheat in oatmeal, even though it's not supposed to have any wheat in it. So I'm like,
It's
okay,
one of
maybe
those
it's
may contain wheat situations.
right, right. But like the legit, see, I'm a little bit cheap. So the legit gluten-free oatmeal, it's like $4 for this little thing, right? Whereas you
Hmm.
can get any old oatmeal for like $6, a big old, bag that'll last you like 3 months kind of thing. But I've been eating that and it's been fine, right? But this was a different bag. Maybe it's the oatmeal. So I go off that. And then days go by and I'm still not feeling well. And then I'm like thinking like, what did I introduce? What is there? And then finally, like it dawned on me. So flu season is begun, right? It's upon us.
Hmm.
So I said to Sarah when I went out grocery shopping, like I'm gonna get some oranges because I got to keep the vitamin C up. And so at lunch, like after lunch every day for my dessert, I'd have a half an orange. Sarah would have the other half,
Hmm.
and I would have half. So I had like really 4 slices of orange. That was it. 4 orange slices that you feed a little
Hmm.
kid.
Right.
That's what was doing it. My
That's
4
it.
little orange slices,
Huh.
making me like. And I'm like, okay, I had oranges. Maybe that's it. So yesterday, I didn't have an orange, and I got up this morning, and I finally felt fine. I'm at the point now where I can't even eat an orange. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I want to be sympathetic, but that is really weird. It's like, what's wrong with you?
I don't know, but I looked it up and they said, yeah, people with IBS, an orange has like a lot of fiber and acidity in it, and
Hmm.
yeah, that combination can make you gassy and bloated and give you diarrhea. I didn't give me
Huh.
diarrhea, but everything else was certainly there. So yeah,
Oh my
today
goodness.
no orange and I'm good. Like oranges are
What's your
supposed to be
nor?
like healthy, they're supposed to be like
Yeah.
good for you.
That's why you get the little slices after your
Yeah,
baseball game.
right.
Huh. So, what's your normal like fruit and vegetable situation? Like a daily menu? How much are you taking in?
Um okay. Well, so I have a banana in the morning, every morning.
Okay.
I have it in with my cereal, and then I'll have an apple as a snack if I'm hungry in the morning. Sometimes I'm not. Um, and then for vegetables, I mean, it depends on what we have, right? We put like if I'm making a stir fry or something like that, there's lots of vegetables in there. Sometimes we'll just have cut up vegetables for lunch. Sometimes we'll have a salad for lunch.
Hmm.
Sometimes we'll have uh, soup or something like that that has a lot of vegetables in it. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like it varies. We
Hmm.
don't really eat the same stuff every day, except in the morning. I always eat my cereal, but that's about it.
Oh. I don't know. It's a weird thing because in my family, a lot of us have ulcerative colitis. I got diagnosed with that, you know, like 20 years ago.
Oh,
And then I thought it was all weird, because I had all these stomach problems and they were saying, you got to be careful about this kind of food, that kind of food.
yeah.
And then I found out that my sisters, my aunt, like a lot of people have it. So I was talking to them about it. And my aunt has like a severe case where she had to have surgery and stuff. And she says she can't eat any vegetables, like all the fiber and everything. It just wrecks her stomach. I was thinking like that's insane because
Hmm.
vegetables are good for you. Like
Hmm.
how can that cause all these problems? My sisters say the same thing. It's like, I got to be careful about how many vegetables I eat, whatever. My wife feeds me so many vegetables. She puts in everything. She's like obsessed with like, no, we have to have a certain number of vegetables in every meal.
Right.
So I eat super fibrous vegetables, leafy
Yeah.
greens, everything like that. My UC has like basically vanished. I have no problems with it. I'm not on any medication. My family, they take tons of medicine. All I know is that I have to avoid like super spicy stuff. Like
Hmm.
spicy stuff has a bad effect on me.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I don't know. It seems like by not avoiding it and just like eating a whole bunch of them, I eat tons of sweet potatoes and carrots and all these
Oh
things
yeah, we
with
have
like
sweet
lots
potatoes
of
too.
fiber.
Yeah,
They're
I
great.
love sweet potatoes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's different, man. Everyone's different.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
I know people who can't eat a salad at all. Even my mom, like she's got different things that she can and cannot eat as well compared to me, and we have like a lot of the same issues. So
Mm.
I don't know. All I know is that when I eat oranges, it's not good. So, but
What kind of
yeah,
cereal? What kind of cereal do you eat? You're eating like Captain Crunch with bananas, or you get a
no, I
healthy
can't.
cereal?
No, 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 nothing with gluten in it. So this is the frustrating thing is I have to buy, like, it comes in a decent sized bag, but it's like $10 a bag for
Mm.
basically it's like a gluten-free Rice Krispies, which gluten Rice
Mhm.
Krispies themselves are normally gluten-free, but they're made in the United States. So screw you. I buy the Canadian
There you
gluten-free
go.
Rice Krispies. And then another one, it's kind of like a gluten-free cornflakes, but even though cornflakes again are naturally gluten-free, but Kellogg's cornflakes are made in the United States. So screw you. I buy the Canadian gluten-free cornflakes instead. And then oatmeal. Those are my like three cereals. And I do have what's that called? Uh, it's not
No.
oatmeal. It's not
Farina?
oatmeal. No,
Cream of wheat?
no, can't do cream of wheat. That's wheat.
Oh, well, yeah.
I loved cream of wheat though too. That was awesome. I love that stuff. No, not oatmeal. Granola.
What else is
That's it.
there? Oh,
Granola.
granola, okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one. That was one of those. Yeah. So
sure.
yeah, that's pretty much all I'll have. And I only have granola as a snack because it's like really sweet. This like it's like too sweet for the morning. So I'll just have like a little bit in a bowl. Like today we won't be having dinner until 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, right? Because I'm doing this. So I had a little bit before we started. That's my
Okay.
snack.
Well, I guess be careful. I don't know what else to say.
I tried.
You're gonna get down to that hospital food level where it's just bland mush.
Well, everything I eat now is bland. Like I can't imagine cooking for someone else, because like we had tacos last night, and it's like,
Hey.
oh, tacos, that's the, but like we made our own. Like we didn't use the powder that came in with the mix. We threw that out. All we really
Mhm.
used was the shells, and Sarah made her own mix with the spices and all that, and then I
Okay,
cooked.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, how do you get around the flour with that? But I guess if you're using the regular corn
Yeah, just the
shells, yeah,
corn shells, not the soft shells. Soft shells are
right.
no good, but the hard shells, those are made with corn, so those are okay. So yeah, so she made her own spices and that, and then you just add water to kind of like make it into a sauce kind of thing, like all the beef. Well, it's not beef. Sorry, Sarah can't eat beef, so we use ground pork and cook that up. Take all the fat out of it and like
Mm,
drain all the fat out of it because there's like a ton of it in there. And then put the spices on, and then yeah, tons of vegetables on there. Like we had tomatoes and the red pepper and lettuce. I think that's all we had in the fridge. No cheese, So if someone
are you
said,
okay
"Oh
with
yeah,
beans?
oh
You
yeah,
still okay
beans."
with beans? Yeah.
Yep, beans are great. I love beans. Yeah, those are great too. Like brown beans. Is that what you mean? Like beans in a can or like?
Whatever. I mean, yeah, when I think tacos, I like to add like kidney beans or something like that.
Oh, really? In the
Yeah.
tacos? Hmm. I never done it in tacos. I've done it in like the nacho, like do like a nacho dip and add beans into that.
Or
Black
you
beans
mash them
or
up and make some of that refried beans.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, all
Yeah,
good. Beans are good.
all right.
Okay. Well, we've been talking for half an hour. Should we talk about this
About old man
old
problems.
man problems? That's what the show's about now. I think it's
You
just
know what
old
happened to
man
me?
podcast.
Yeah, not to continue the old man problems, but you know what
Go
happened to me the
ahead.
other day?
I want to
I
know.
was in the. I had a class, and I'm using this textbook that a previous teacher had bought that textbook and asked me to use it with the class because they had only used like a little bit of it.
Okay.
So I knew that like there were a couple of parts of the book that they already done, so I kind of had to skip those. So anyway, I'm doing the class. I set everything up. I'm like, okay, do this page, and I start putting stuff on the board because I'm gonna like set it aside so I can write down all the answers and everything on the board so everybody can check. I turn around and I start, asking the class, okay, what'd you get for number one? What'd you get for number two? I'm writing stuff down, writing stuff down. And then as I'm doing this, I realize, wow, they're not only done with the page that I asked them to do, they're done with the page after that too. So I asked them, I was like, what happened? Did you already have this done? They're like, yes. It's like, why didn't you tell me? Why are you, letting me go on with this if everything is done? If you did this with the other teacher, just tell me. I don't want to stand here and waste my time. They're like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I have a
Whatever, old
second
man.
class, whatever, old man. So I have a second class that has the same page that we're going to do. So I go through it, and at first I ask them, like, hey, do you have this page done? And they're like, yes, we do. It's like, oh, okay, well, why? Oh, boy, you guys got to tell me if you've done this page. And there, someone says, like, no, we did it with you. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh.
It's like, we did it with you a couple weeks ago. It's like, no, I didn't do this one. I just planned this morning. So I looked through the page and, like, yeah, sure enough, I had done the lesson. And then I saw a little mark on the page. So not only did I do the lesson, I also collected their books and checked it and marked it that they had done it and returned it to them, and I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know. It's the kind of thing. It's the next level up to the "why did I walk into this room" situation. It's like I
Oh.
don't know.
Did you feel old?
Oh, constantly.
That's good.
It's I just be honest with them every time I walk in the classroom. Say I have no idea what I'm doing. So if this sounds strange, please tell me.
Oh. All right. Are we ready to
What
talk about
else?
this game now? The sheltered
Oh, well,
game?
I hang on. I
Oh,
got
he's not
things I
ready.
need to hold up in front of the camera.
Okay.
I
We're doing
brought
that first?
things.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do it later? Either way.
Don't matter.
Okay, because I have many things here. Well, not too many. I didn't bring too much. And this kind of ties into what we did last month. We were doing the Twilight Zone.
Yes.
Um, I had picked up this movie a little while ago. I never watched it. It's the Will Smith I Am Legend
Yeah.
movie. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's kind of the reaction I'm going for. I actually enjoyed about 50% of this movie. I enjoyed a lot of the ideas that they were playing around with.
Right.
Um, and there's a good reason why, because when I
Yeah.
looked at the back here, it's based on the novel by Richard Matheson, who wrote a lot of the Twilight Zone episodes.
Well,
But then
wait
if
a
you
minute.
look,
Isn't it isn't it based on the Isaac Asimov book? Isn't that the
you're
one
thinking
that
of I, Robot.
oh, I Am
This
Legend.
is
Well,
this is the one where he's the only guy left, and
right.
there's like these vampire things that aren't vampires.
Right. Well
Basically,
that
they thought they had a cure for cancer, and then it turned out it turned everybody into weird monsters.
mm,
And they all got infected, and for some reason, he is not capable of getting infected. He's immune to whatever this is. So
it
he's
is a
alone in New York City with a dog, and he's trying to figure out how to uh, cure this disease.
remake though of Charlton Heston movie as well. It
Was it?
was yeah, Oh, something man. People are yelling.
The Omega Man?
Mega Man. No, was it? Was that Charlton
The
Heston or
Omega Man? I
that
don't
was
know.
Sean Connery? Was it? No. Oh,
I don't know. Anyway, it says it's based on the novel by Richard Matheson. Then it
okay.
also says based on the screenplay by two other writers that were a writing duo. And then it says screenplay by, so another person had taken their screenplay and then wrote another screenplay. And then another person had gone in and touched up that last screenplay. So it went through a few changes. And then I'm sure part of that was the fact that they got Will Smith on there. He probably said, well, I want this, this, this. So maybe they catered it to him.
Not
So
Will Smith.
it feels like it's diluted from what it originally was to the point that it's unrecognizable. So there's a lot of stuff in there that I really enjoyed about like a guy being stuck alone in this giant city. He's just desperately searching for anybody. Um, but I think one of the things that makes it not work is he's not only the brilliant scientist who's supposed to be like the guy who can cure everything, but he's also like this high level military commander who's like army guy and knows how to use the guns, and he's in
You're right.
Hollywood shape, got to have that leading man physique and everything. So it's like you're the super scientist or you're the super soldier, like which one? And then they kind of blend
He's
it
got he's
together. And
all.
huh?
He's got it all. He's both.
He's got it all. He's Will
Yeah.
Smith. And then the aliens, the monsters are like CG and they look terrible, and it
Oh
just kind
yeah.
of falls off the rails. So
Yeah. The movie came out in
eh,
2007. So
eh.
so the book came out in 1954, the Richard
Hmm.
Matheson novel, 1954. The original film adaptation came out in 1964
Hmm.
called The Last Man on Earth, starring Vincent Price.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
I've
then
never seen that, but I have heard of that one.
and
Yes.
then it came out, there was another adaptation that was released in 1971 called The
Hmm.
Omega Man, starring Charlton Heston.
Chuck Heston.
There you go.
Okay.
So that's all the good stuff you were tapping into. It's those old movies and that old novel.
Yeah. Well, there were some parts that were fun, and apparently they really did shut down large sections of New York in order to film that,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Well, you want a better movie? Have you
Yes, I
ever
do.
seen The Hitcher with
Yes.
Rutger Hauer?
Yes. And that was good times.
Yeah, this is really good. I had never heard of this until
I
a
think I
couple
only
months
watched
ago.
it. I only watched it like maybe 2 years ago. Maybe.
It's a solid film. If
Hmm.
anyone is curious, it was 1980 something something, 86 with Rutger Hauer. They did a remake a couple years ago with Sean Bean. I didn't know anything about that one either, but I imagine it's probably not as good as this.
Is it Sean
It's
Bean?
it's kind of
Didn't he die? Or am I thinking of someone
I
else?
don't I
Hmm.
don't know,
That's not
but
Sean Bean. I thought his brother died. Never mind. I gotta.
hmm,
I'm having old man disease here.
sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I recommend The Hitcher.
Yes, it was a good movie.
And then one of my local places had a whole bunch of dollar DVDs. So look at this. I bought Marvel stuff. I
Oh
got a
my goodness!
Thor and I got an Iron Man 2,
Wow.
which I forgot that they introduced the Black Widow character in this. I thought she came out in the Avengers movie.
Hmm.
But the one
Hmm.
that I've really been enjoying, have you ever seen The Time Tunnel?
I have not. Volume 2.
Oh, Volume 2, that's the one part that stinks about this. I found this for $1 and they didn't have Volume 1. So I was,
Huh.
I was searching all over the place like, somebody sold Volume 2 without Volume 1. That's unlikely. And it's the US import. It's not a Japanese
So what
version
is
or
it?
anything.
I don't know anything about the time tunnel. What is that?
The Time Tunnel is about well, it was made in 1966, the same year of Batman and Star Trek and all those fun,
The
you
monsters.
know. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Monsters. Basically they have a big time machine. It's the time tunnel. There's a big like doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, little googly tunnel that they go
Yes.
into.
Yes.
And two scientists go in there and they get stuck. And it's basically they're doing the quantum leap slash sliders thing where they're constantly bounced to a new place, a new
Hmm.
time. And they go in, they're like, "Oh, where are we? Look, it's Robin Hood and his merry men." And they get caught up in an adventure, and then they, solve all the problems and everything's okay. And at the end of the episode, they doodly do disappear and go back through the time tunnel.
Doodly doo.
And then they end up like, "Oh, now there's Nazis here and we're stuck in a castle and the Nazis are coming to get us." And
Back in the day when the
it's
Nazis were bad guys.
yeah. Now it's one of those situations where it's just what costumes do we have? What sets do we have? All right, that's where you're going.
Yep.
And super cheap production, lots of styrofoam walls, and they wear the same outfit every single episode. Even if they're wearing a different outfit at the end of the episode when they doodly out, then
Mm.
it's just like, "Oh, we're back," and they're flipping over in the tunnel. It's super campy and it's very charming. It's a lot of fun, but I can see why the show didn't last. It was only one season. Um, Basically, they're flying around through time, but there's these two scientists and a general that are back at the main base, and they're at the time tunnel, and they can see everything that's happening. But all they do throughout the episode, they'll cut to them, and they're just like, "We need to boost the power. We're losing the signal. See if you can lock it down." And then they cut back to the action, and then they'll cut back to them, and they're like, well, it looks like they're in medieval times. Go research and find out what day and time this is and what happens." And they deliver exposition,
So
and
there's
then
Ziggy. The whole
kind of,
team is
yeah,
Ziggy. They needed a whole team.
yes.
By the
Which,
time they got
yeah,
to the 80s, Ziggy was just a little machine. But back in the 60s,
Quantum
it was
Leap
a whole
figured it out. Quantum Leap figured out how to keep it, all the action in the
yeah,
moment.
yeah,
You have Al come in and toot, 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 and just kind of deliver the exposition, but still be entertaining.
yeah.
Even like Sliders, which I don't remember well, but
Never
same
watched it.
idea, but with like a bigger budget. But if you ever come across the Time Tunnel, I do recommend it. It's kind of fun to peek at, even though it's very silly and one of the actors is extremely wooden. He's just got that leading man. I'm tall and I have a square jaw
Right.
kind of look to him. But it's fun. I wish I had volume 1. It's on my to find list now.
Cool.
Yeah,
That it?
I'll show you
Yeah.
this. I'll show you this guy. I'm building miniatures again. There you go.
I pulled out all my model kits, and I started to do them, but then I realized I don't really have a place to do the spray painting, especially
Sure.
like now that it's too cold to do it outside. So
But you got to airbrush.
yeah, so I'm like, that's it. Back everything goes. I'll look at it again in the spring when it warms up.
Well, what do you got? You got some Enterprises or something in there, and some
I
cars.
got Kit, Knight Rider. I got a General Lee that I need to put together. I have I got the monsters, Dragula. I got
Oh, nice.
I got the Easy Duke's car. I can't remember what else. There's a bunch in there. Yeah, I got to get to work on those, but eventually, I had Creepy Josh sent me a Camaro, so that's the one I was going to start on.
Ooh.
Just because it's just generic Camaro, so get back in the groove with that. But okay, so since you talked about movies, I'm going to talk about a few movies because I'm jealous.
Yeah,
now.
talk about them movies.
I want to talk about some movies. Okay, so I watched all the Hellboy movies, all the live action. There's 4 live action Hellboy movies now.
Oh, I was just thinking about that because I was in the rental shop because we
Mhm.
still have rental shops here, and
Yes.
I saw a Hellboy the Crooked Man,
Yeah.
yeah, and
I watched
I
that
was
one.
like, "Wow, is that a real like live action
Yep.
movie?"
Yeah.
It must have been straight to video or something. This wasn't a
Uh,
theatrical release, was it?
very like little teeny tiny bit
Okay,
theatrical
because I
release.
was curious. I saw it, and then I came home. I watched the trailer, and I thought, "This looks like garbage." This
It
this
is. It,
the
it
guy they got to play him doesn't have the
oh, zero
the beef
personality.
the
He
beef
doesn't have
of
any
like yeah.
personality. Ugh. Okay, let me
Okay,
get there. Okay, so first
yeah, okay,
we watched Sarah and I we watched the Guillermo del Toro movies with
yes.
Perlman and
Mhm.
Selma Blair and all that stuff. If you're ever worried about, oh man, I haven't watched that in a long time, do they hold up? Yeah, they all hold up. They're great. They're just good, solid, fun comic book movies. The characters aren't, dumb or anything like that. It's all good times. All good.
Oh, they're
Um,
really fun. I
yeah.
especially like in the second one. There's like a whole sequence where it's Hellboy and Abe, and they're drunk and they're just
Yes.
staring at at his girlfriend
Yeah.
and singing sad songs and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. What's his name? Barry Manilow. Sad songs. Um,
Okay. Mhm.
so yeah, those are great. I mean, if you want to get really nitpicky, the CG hasn't held up. I mean, it's early 2000s CG.
Some parts,
A
yeah.
lot of the
But
wire foo stuff is kind
yeah,
of like,
but lots of practical effects in
yes, all the practical
especially
effects.
the second one, the costumes.
Hmm.
It's very
When they go
like
to
Pan's Labyrinth and stuff like that.
Yeah, when they go to the troll market, all that stuff was very
Yeah.
well done. All that holds up.
Mhm.
So that's good stuff. And it leads like the second one leaves you on a big like you could tell like it was designed to have a third and you're left. The good thing is you're left wanting more. The sad part is that
Sure.
there is no more and there probably won't
Yeah.
be. Apparently
Well,
like he
yeah,
he
go ahead.
reached out Guillermo del Toro reached out to the comic book writer Mike Magnola and
Mike
said, "Hey,
Mike Mugga whatever.
yeah," and he said, "I have the script for 3. Like, would you like to do a comic book adaptation of
Mhm.
it?" And he passed on it because he said he doesn't want 2 versions of Hellboy in the comic books. It'd be too confusing. So, because the Hellboy in the comic books isn't quite like Hellboy, like it's more of a dark horror type of comic book than the light.
Mhm.
Like for instance, Hellboy doesn't fall in love in the comic book.
Mhm.
But anyways, those are great. Those are great fun movies. And then they brought it back in 2019 with the guy from Stranger
David
Things,
Harbour.
David Harbour. It's okay. It's an okay film. It's not great. I mean, I watched it once and I was kind of like, eh. It was fine. It had its moments. It still like was in the vein of the first 2 films. Like it was still trying to be like an action. It tried to be a little more serious. And to me, like I mean, I just want I want those movies to be fun, right? When you sit me down in front of
Mhm.
a comic book movie, I just want just let me have some fun. They don't need to be
Mhm.
serious for me. I sometimes it works, but it didn't work for me. But it was fine. It was okay.
I've seen
But
it only once, and I remember it being kinda lackluster.
yeah, it was nothing to write home about. I have no desire to ever watch it again. It's just like, okay, I've seen it, and it's not like there's a lot of rhetoric like on how bad it is and how terrible it is, and I think a lot of that is Guillermo del Toro fans online. All they want is Hellboy 3. They don't want anything else, and they just trash the movie. It's
Mhm.
not that bad, but it's not a great movie.
Mhm.
Um, but this, yeah, Hellboy: The Crooked Mile. So this came out just last year, 2024, and apparently it was one of those. Hey, we have the rights to Hellboy, and we gotta keep making Hellboy movies if we want to hold on to these rights.
Sure, yeah, that's what it
So
looks like.
they somehow put together $20 million. They went out to Bulgaria and
20,000,000, wow.
they spent $20 million on this. Like it doesn't look like $20 million, but they went out to Bulgaria and they shot this movie. And apparently it was in theaters for a split second and made $2 million, and that was it. It's just like living in streaming services now. I've seen online there are some people do enjoy it because it is more true to the comic book in some regards, and it does it is more of a horror film. Um, but it was just really confusing, and I didn't care. Like I call them herky jerky horror films now, like where they do all those really quick edits, and they're sitting there, you're looking at a character, and all of a sudden it's like rah, right in front of the screen, those jump scares and all that. And
Sure.
it's not that I'm scared by it. It's not like as if I'm like, oh, that was really it's just I watch it and I'm like, this is just so, like, when they rely on those tricks, it's just it's so worn out to me. Like it just does absolutely nothing for me. I get more sucked into a film when there's real dramatic tension, where
Well,
you give
sure.
me some characters that I get involved in, and now there's tension there, where you just try and, like, when you just throw people into a scenario and you just start throwing all really fast, quick edits and loud
Oh,
smashes and
sure.
big booms and all that stuff. It's just like you're trying to force this thing on me, and it just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I had the same experience recently. One of the dollar DVDs I picked up was Jason Statham Death Race from a few years back.
Mhm. Yeah,
And I don't know if you've seen it, but the
I
very
haven't.
first scene, you turn it on, and it's immediately in like a car battle chase race situation, and it's constant shaky cam and
Mickey
quick
Cam, yeah.
cuts, and you can't tell, like, is he in this car, or is that the other
Yeah,
person? It's
yeah.
just so fast, and that directed by your boy Paul W.S. Anderson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's one of those things where I can't tell whether it was actually shot that way or if that's the editor saying, I can't do anything with this. Let's just shake it all together.
Yeah. Okay, so then after that we watched another horror film called Weapons, which is, I guess, was the big horror
I've
movie
heard
for.
of this one. Yeah, don't spoil it because I've heard mixed. A lot of people say they like it. Don't spoil
Mhm.
it for me.
I'll just say I'm in the not like it camp.
Okay.
Too many plot holes for me. I won't spoil it for you. You might enjoy it. I will say the one actress in the film is terrific. She does a really good job, but I wouldn't even tell you who the actress is. I'll let you discover it on your own, because it kind of threw me when I saw her and I was like, and it was her. But yeah,
Okay.
the rest, too many plot holes, just too many plot holes.
Hmm.
But then the next night we went back to the Guillermo del Toro repertoire, went back into his
Uh-huh.
library, and we pulled out the latest, the Frankenstein movie. And this is another one that kind of got some mixed reviews.
Is that the one that's on Netflix?
Yep.
Hmm.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was, but I just finished watching that Hellboy movie. I just finished watching that Weapons movie. We put this on, and it was refreshing because it was so slow paced. It was like,
Mhm.
and it built up to things, and then things
Mhm.
happened, and then things died down, and it built up to the next moment, and it was just like, oh man, this is so refreshing. And it's like,
Hmm.
it's the way movies, I think, are supposed to be, but it's just
Hmm.
again, it wasn't like a perfect movie. There's some things that were a little off on it. It is very, like, it is a long movie. It's 2.5 hours long,
Hmm.
and it's told through one character. Like, one character is telling a story, and then it switches over to another character who tells their version of the story. And literally, the character says, "And now I will tell my side of the story." And I was like, "Oh man, oof, oof, why'd you do that?" But other than that, yeah, it was decent. Like, and Guillermo del Toro, so all the effects were, high caliber, and the cinematography and all that stuff just really well done. So
Hmm.
I did enjoy that one.
Okay.
So there
I
you
will
go.
add that to my list.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what you thought of it. It is long though. It's not a 90-minute banger. So
Yeah.
I'd have to
Well,
do it in two sessions. It
I
does.
forgot earlier. You mentioned. No, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the movie does go, like, it like, there's like a divider in the film that tells you, like, we're going onto a different part of the movie. So it's an easy movie to split up into
Oh,
mini
it's like it
chunks.
has an intermission.
Like sort of like an intermission slate that comes up,
Hmm.
kind of. Yeah.
Okay. I just forgot you mentioned George Miller earlier, and I think last time we kind of touched on Furiosa. I said I hadn't seen it, so I did watch it. I did mostly enjoy it while I was watching it, and I feel like I'm going to enjoy it more on a second viewing
Yeah,
because
I could
there
totally
were
see that.
there were there were two things that took me out of the movie.
Mm.
One was I I know they probably shot a lot of this stuff on location practically, but there was so much CG that a lot of scenes just looked cartoonish in a way, like
Yeah.
almost there's one part where she's like climbing on this car that's hanging from a cable and it just like super easy like I'm just like all over this thing where you'd be terrified to move. That and there's a lot of shooting, a lot of rifles in the movie, and everyone's a perfect shot for this
Well,
post-apocalyptic wasteland.
they're not
Everyone's like,
stormtroopers.
I got one bullet. Boop, there you go. I got you. One bullet. Boop, I got you.
Sure.
So I was kind of taken out of the movie by that, but overall, it was
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna more mention Chris Hemsworth,
I
his
really
character.
liked him in the
Okay.
movie. I
Okay.
was afraid because the only thing I knew him from was Thor, and he's a good
Mhm.
Thor. But the only other thing I knew was that Ghostbusters uh
Yeah.
2016 movie.
Yeah.
And so I was like worried, like, okay, is he can't be Thor, but can he do anything else?
Oh
And
yeah.
I liked him. I thought he was really fun. He had the big goofy nose and everything.
He's a really good comedic actor. He like I know he's a big muscle guy, but he can deliver the comedic chops.
With
Um,
the right material and the right direction.
I mean,
Yeah.
even in that horrible Ghostbusters movie, he was a highlight in that movie. He was okay. His character was ridiculous, but I thought his character
I
was okay.
I just think all I can remember is that scene where they're sitting down looking at the Ghostbusters logo, and it's just this constant back
Yes,
and
and he
forth
makes
of
and he's drawing
my
the boobs.
cat, my dog, something like that. It is,
Well, he kept
I don't
drawing
know.
boobs on the ghost, like big breasts on the
Yeah.
ghost. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what I remember.
I remember the boobs. Okay, let's talk about this game already. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So this game, let's see, it came out in 2015, published by, or sorry, the developer was Unicube and Team 17, and was published by Team 17. So what this game is, it's a post-apocalyptic survival management game. Doesn't that sound like fun? Doesn't that sound like something you want to just run to the
Oh
computer and
boy.
play? So what you do is you guide a family who has taken refuge in an underground bunker after a global catastrophe. You manage scarce resources, you craft the equipment, maintain the shelter, and keep your survivors healthy, both mentally and physically, all while dealing with the harsh wasteland encounters. It blends strategy, base building, and tough moral choices to keep your group alive. There are some moral choices in it.
Yeah, I didn't find any of them too tough.
No,
No,
like
not tough moral choices.
okay. The game is available on the Android, the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the Xbone. Remember when people used to call the Xbox Xbone? I still do that. That's how old I am.
Okay.
I am Xbone old. The Linux, iOS, Windows. That's what we played it on the Epic Game Store,
Hmm.
and Mac iOS. So,
That's a lot of
what'd you
things.
what'd you think of Sheltered, Richard?
Well, I don't play games like this.
I do.
I we chose it because we both had it, and we were like,
Yes.
okay, that looks okay. Let's try it. And then I started playing. I guess I started it first
Mhm.
because I felt like I really need time to learn this thing, and I turned it on, and it's like, okay, everything's happening in real time, like the clock is running. So you got to like, okay, well, there's little levels to show everybody how hungry they are, if they need to go to the bathroom, if they have to go take a shower, things like that. So I'm like, okay, this person's bar is getting red. Click, you go over here, you do this, and then I'm looking around and okay, you do this. What's this? What's this menu? And things, and then suddenly like their oxygen filter is breaking down. Somebody's pooping on the floor. It's like, oh my goodness, I can't keep track of all this stuff. And then I get a message from you saying, "Hey, I just started this game. If you don't like it, we can switch it to something else. We can play like
because
RoboCop."
you said you don't normally play real
I
time
don't, and
strategy
I was
games, so
completely lost. I because everything, you can't really stop. Everything has to keep happening. I mean,
yeah,
if you're checking menus or something, I think the clock technically
does
stops, but
yes.
you got to go fix things, you got to feed people, you got to find resources, and it was just I my family died in like 3 days the first time I tried it
Okay.
because I didn't realize like okay, oh there's a little flashing thing, it's this thing's broken, what's happening? I didn't realize I suffocated everybody. The oxygen
Oh,
filter broke down and they just
oof,
all died at the same time. It's like,
that's not good.
okay, let me try this again. I reboot my family, and then I don't know, everybody had heart attacks, and then like one person was left, and then I had to start recruiting new people, and still I only lasted like a month or something. So I was like, okay, third time, rebooted it again. This time I kind of knew what to do. I'm like, all right, keep everybody busy, click, 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 click. And then I got super into it. Like after
Wow.
a couple of days, I really got hooked where it was constantly like, all right, you do this, you do this, you go here, you make this. Da, da, da. I'm getting everybody involved with everything. And I started really getting into the rhythm of it. And to the point that I was like, okay, I got to go do work. Now let me just play for like 20 more minutes. Let me just do this one thing.
Oh, nice.
And I really got hooked. I started to enjoy it.
Cool. Wow. Um, yeah, for me, this game is my jam. I
Mhm.
do like these types of games, real time strategy games. But I gotta say, this game stressed me out so much that I was the opposite. I was avoiding playing it. I was like, yeah, I
Really?
really should play that game, but I don't want to be stressed out right now. I have this thing in games. Like one of them is platforms. I don't really do very well at platforming games like Super Mario. Like you just got to
I
jump onto
remember
that
your
thing.
Super Mario video.
My other thing is uh s- characters starving in games. It rattles my nerves. I don't like it when a character runs out of food and it's gonna die, or even die like of thirst or anything like that. Um
Hmm.
so yeah, the game doesn't really do a very good job. It's got a lot of modern games have this problem, but it doesn't really do a very good job, I think, of explaining what it is exactly
Yeah.
you're supposed to do. And
Yes.
it's relying on you to go to the internet to find out what to do, which I
Mhm.
kind of bothers me. I you know
Mhm.
I get it. Like that, it's really Minecraft that started that whole thing because Minecraft was coming out faster than they could build the infrastructure around Minecraft that you normally would in a video game. Like the people were the playtesters of that game, right? So they would
Mm.
sell it and they would be updating it as they were, making the game, and people were making wikis and that online so other people could play it and catch up, and all that stuff. So the game developers didn't really have to build anything around Minecraft, and that has kind of become the norm with a lot of
Mm.
these smaller independent games. Where I'm a little more old school, I think that a lot of this stuff should be in the game. The game should explain better what it is exactly you're supposed to do or how things work, or if something comes up, there should be something in like a menu system or something that explains what it is that you're supposed to be. I didn't find that in this game at all. So I was constantly going to the internet to try to find out what exactly it is. I'm like, I couldn't find food. That was my number one thing.
Mm.
I'm like, how
Right.
am I supposed to get food? Where does food come from? Do I grow it somewhere? Like what happens? Oh, you send out an expedition team and they can get food and bring it to you. Okay, so I did that. I sent out the expedition team and they found some cans of food, but it wasn't enough. I had a dog, got to
Right.
feed that dog
Mhm.
every day, all this stuff. I'm like, how do I? So I didn't, I immediately dumbed everything down to easy mode. Cause I'm like,
Okay.
I'm learning this game on the fly. So I can't
Mhm.
be, you know, too stressed out. So on easy mode, nobody comes in and attacks your shelter or anything like that. So I'm like, let me just figure out the basics, and then I'll bump it up to the next difficulty. I ended up never bumping it up to the next difficulty because
Okay.
I got, so eventually, how do I get food? Oh, you make a snare. You put a snare, like, so you have, you're in the shelter, you're underground, but you can still go up
Mhm.
above onto the ground. You only see a little part that's above your shelter of the world. And if you send out an expedition team, you go to a map and you send them out, and they radio in what they see and what they find and all that stuff.
Yep.
So in the little part that you see up top, that's where you put your snare. So I did that and I caught a rabbit. So I'm like, okay, so I send one of my people up there to go carve up the rabbit. Oh, we got no place to put this rabbit. You got to
Yeah.
build a place to put the rabbit if you want a rabbit. Okay.
Mm.
So I build more storage. Okay, go get the rabbit. She goes up there like, we got no place to put this rabbit. I'm like,
Mhm.
so I go online. Oh, you got to build a freezer if you want to use
Gotta
that.
build a
I'm like,
freezer.
okay, what do I need to build a freezer? I don't have any of those things. All right, well, I don't have any food. So I tell the lady, go ahead and just eat the rabbit. So she eats the rabbit. She immediately
Mhm.
gets sick.
Yep.
This game is stressing me out.
Yeah.
So I don't have, so I get everything that I need for the freezer except for hinges. I can't find hinges. Where do you get hinges?
Mhm.
I gotta go online. You you got to send out radio calls for other traders to come to your shelter, and they
Mhm.
have hinges. You won't find them out in the wild. They'll have hinges and you can trade. So I start doing that. I
Mhm.
start like my guys were finding cans of food, but I couldn't make this freezer thing work. So I'm sending out like, all these expedition teams and that to just keep getting food in, and and we're barely making it by. Meanwhile, I'm calling, guys to come to the shelter so I can get hinges, and nobody has any friggin' hinges. So it got to
Mhm.
the point where it was like I told Sarah, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this game. I'm just gonna run it,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna let everybody die, and that's it. I'm gonna be done. Kind of like what we did with The Sims, like back in the early
Okay.
2000s. We had The Sims, the original Sims
Mhm.
game, and both of our characters died in that game. I had this suit like a super character, like I made him like a total introvert, and he just like, didn't care about any other people, and I just made him like concentrate on playing guitar and reading books, right? And he was just gonna be like a super smart musician kind of thing. So one day he needed to eat, so I send him out to the barbecue to grab something to make something to eat. Starts making it. Fire bursts out right beside him, and he can't get around the fire to get to the house to pick up the landline because this is
Mhm.
2000. He didn't have a cell phone. He had to pick up the landline to call the fire department to put out the fire. He can't put it out himself. So I just had him stand there and burn to death, and then I let the entire house just burn, like just everything burn, and I never touched that game again. So I said, that's what I'm gonna. So Sarah's like, you're gonna do it like The Sims. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let everyone die. I'm never gonna touch this game again. So I sit down, I start playing. I'm calling out for guys to come. I send in my team out to the thing, and I'm like, everyone's gonna die. And at the last minute, some guy showed up to the shelter. He's like, hey, I got some stuff to trade. I'm like, what do you got? He's like, oh, I got all these hinges. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So I was finally able to put the hinges onto the freezer, build my
Mhm.
freezer, go up, cut I think I had a deer at this time. So chop up the
Mhm.
deer and put it in the freezer. Okay, go ahead, eat the food. No, we're not going to eat that. It's not cooked. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
what do I got to do to cook it? Oh, you got to build a stove. Well, what do you need for stove? Oh,
Mhm.
you need more hinges to build a stove. God
Exactly.
damn it, this game. But somehow I just kept surviving. But it was like it was so stressful. I think I did make it past a month one time, but
Mhm.
that was it. I didn't like add any more people uh into the shelter. Maybe that was my
Mhm.
mistake because I was too afraid to have more mouths to feed.
Right.
And um it, yeah, I liked a majority of the game. I liked how there wasn't any, um, except for on one of the scenarios, but the main part of the game, there are no monsters. There's no like mutants or anything like that. Your enemies are other human beings. That's it. You're just
Yeah.
like you could tell there is some mutations going on because the rabbit and the deer that go by, they're kind of like messed up. But yeah, I thought that was kind of neat because it was more about the human on human violence and all that stuff that was kind of in the game. Um,
Yeah, yes, it kind of builds up over time. I had a lot of the same problems you did, just like I don't know what to do,
yeah,
and then everything is like you're down to your last resource, and people are struggling. It's like, well, what can I do? I'm not getting the things that I need. I can't figure out where to get them. There's too many people to feed, and I just had that constant trouble. So when I went through my third playthrough, um, oh, by the way, when I saw that you had to make a family of four and you could choose an animal, I was like, okay. Hey, Rocket Sauce is here.
hey, you got his alert. Well, I'm sorry you got your alert late today,
Hmm.
but I sent it out on time. I swear I
Yeah,
did.
don't blame us.
Yeah, it was out.
So I,
I had computer problems today, so that's why things were late today. Yeah, let's do that. Let's say that. Okay.
well, we're
Anyway, sorry.
talking about the sheltered game, Ryan,
Yes,
that
he
you've been
blames
playing along
Elon.
with.
Sure, everyone blames Elon, so why not? It's another thing.
So I was making my family, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, family, two kids, animal. I'm making the Bundys. So I
Oh,
had Al,
nice.
Peggy, Bud, and Kelly, and
Right.
Buck. And during my third playthrough, I was like, you know what? Sorry, Buck. I'm just not gonna feed you and see what happens. So Buck died in a couple of days, and then I had a lot more food, to go around with. But
Right.
there were so many things in this game that I couldn't figure out. Partially because everything's happening so quickly, I don't have time to stop and read everything.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of things that I didn't figure out until like embarrassingly late in the game. Like I was well, you lasted about a month or so with each
I think
family.
so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm currently sitting on a game where I've lasted 553 days.
Wow. That's
Yeah, and I'm playing
way
normal difficulty. And
wow.
the thing is that it was always that situation where it's like, I don't have it, I can't make it. Oh, I got it at the last minute. I
Mm,
don't have it. Or a big thing was water. I kept running out of water, and everyone was getting super thirsty. And I realized, oh, it's I'm taking showers, I'm using the toilet,
right.
I'm using up my water supply too quickly. But there were so many things that I feel like I learned too late. Like you can upgrade. You have a workbench,
Yes.
you have an air filter, you have a generator, you have a water filter, and you can upgrade all those things. But I kept misinterpreting the thing because it would be like level one, level two, level three, like for your workbench. And I
Mhm.
was like, okay, let me see what I need to get to level two. And it would list all the supplies. And I'm like, I don't have enough of these things. And the little person, a little text bubble will come up and says, I think we have the parts to upgrade a system.
Right.
And I'm looking at all of them like, I just don't have all the things. I don't understand what they're talking about. Then I realized the level one is what I needed to upgrade. I'm not at
Oh.
level one. I'm at level zero.
Oh, okay.
And it's the level 1 is the one that I'm supposed to be looking at. And then when they show the supplies, at first I didn't realize that they were color coded. Like green means you have it, red means you don't
Mhm.
have it.
Right.
Because they would do this like fraction thing, like
Right.
you need 4 to build this, but you have 2. And
Right.
I like my brain wasn't processing like which one do I have? Which one is it? And I'm colorblind, so I wasn't really aware of the red green thing
Right.
happening right away. So I was like, okay, finally I figured out now I can upgrade my workbench. So now I can build better things. And now I can get, other things. I didn't know that you had to have a, um, a gas mask to go out on expeditions. I'd have people come back with radiation poisoning.
Oh.
Um, And the one thing I learned really, really late in the game is that you could scroll the map and see a larger area
Oh, I didn't know
because
that. What?
see, I was a year into the game before I realized that.
Oh,
You can, because I kept going to the same houses over and over again, and there were a
right,
couple
yeah,
things, like, right on the edge,
yeah.
and I couldn't get to them, and then I realized, like, oh, you can WASD, you could just scroll all over,
Oh,
and then suddenly there were hospitals, there were lumber yards, there were, um, supermarkets, so if there's a particular thing that you're looking for, of course, go to the supermarket, you're more likely
mm,
to find food. Go to the lumber yard, you can find a lot of tools, and that'll upgrade your workbench and lots of things like that. Uh, and then, I'd get invaded and I didn't know how to keep the people from stealing my stuff because they come in and they steal your water, they steal your food, they steal your
mhm,
gas. And because you have like a double door, and at first you have really cheap doors and they're not even at 100%. You got to fix them up to make them
right.
stronger. And then you got to gather a lot of metal. Metal was a hard thing for me to find after a while. Um, but you got to build that up. So I was building traps. You can find shotguns and make shotgun
Mhm,
traps and paint can traps and Home Alone stuff.
yep,
And so I was putting them up there, and then I got invaded, and I'm like, "Okay, let me arm the trap." And I go to click it, and it's like, "You don't have the things to arm the trap." I'm like, "What do you mean
yeah,
I don't have the things?" So I run away because you don't want them to find you. I go to the bottom of the shelter, and then they're just walking right through my traps, and nothing's happening. Like, what's going on? They go to my food, they steal it all, and they run away. And then I realize, oh, there's a tripwire that you have to make. I thought that was its own trap, but that's the thing that you have to attach to every trap in order to make it function. And then I learned, like, you could take all of your food and things and put them at the like lowest part of your shelter because that's where they always
yes,
go. They always
yeah,
go to your refrigerator,
yeah.
your pantry, your water butts, all that. So then it's like after days and weeks of playing it, then I realized, oh, that's how you're supposed to do it.
I know it, like
Mm.
they said, it doesn't explain things. It's frustrating.
No. So like I lost, like Al died early on. He
Oh,
got
poor
killed
Al.
in a confrontation. Because that's another thing. You meet people out on the road, and I was like, okay, I would just trade or walk away. But then someone wanted to fight, and I was like, you know what? I haven't tried this yet. Let me see how this works. I got Al here. He's the kind of guy that would get into a fight, and then immediately the other person like kills me in 2 shots, and I'm like, oh, okay, Al's dead. What do I do now? Later on, I forget what happened, but Peggy died and then Bud died. So all I had left was Kelly. And then I got to the point where I was able to repel intruders and kill them when they came in. But kids aren't strong enough to lift the bodies to get rid of them. So you got these rotting
Right.
corpses. So I had to recruit people, bring them in. But they're controlled by robots like early on because there's
Mm.
a loyalty level.
No,
So
no,
I could
no.
get them.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
So I could get them to, like, get rid of the bodies because I had an incinerator, so they would burn the bodies. But then they would just walk around and eat my food and everything. I'm like, I don't want you to do that. I want you to wait. And so I would get tired of them. I didn't realize that you could build loyalty
Yeah.
and get control over them. So I would just make them leave. I would have them go up to the surface without radiation suits, and I'd make them fix my filters. And every time they tried to come back in, I would just like, no, go. It's 99% now. Go fix it again. Go do this. Or I would just have them walk around the surface until they get frustrated, and they go away. But when they leave, they usually break something. So like the guy, he'd get frustrated. He'd poop in my water filter, and then it
Oh,
would get contaminated. I
what a
have to go
jerk.
fix it and everything. The last one that happened, I didn't even think I was doing anything wrong. I had someone there and I was feeding her and, like making her sleep, and I'd have her repair stuff, and she was up on the surface. She's like, "I've had enough of this. I'm leaving this place." I didn't know what happened. And at that point the computer takes control. She went back down into my house. I thought, "Oh no, she's going to steal my food or something. I can't stop her." But no, I had a punching bag and she lit it on fire and then
Oh,
left.
wow.
Like, oh my goodness, these people.
Yeah, the robot. They're on like an automatic pilot kind of
Yeah,
thing. That's what it's supposed to mean. And then yeah, you can turn that off after you build some loyalty
sure.
with them. We should talk about like the so like the way you control the characters while you're doing your survival things is you're just kind of like pointing them around, kind of like in The Sims or whatever. It's
Mhm.
a 2D game. But yeah, you kind of like more like a point and click adventure kind of style where you're just like you click on things and you tell them to do stuff. But then when it comes time to confront somebody, it's
Mm.
converts to like a turn-based, like
Yeah.
Japanese RPG style, where you and your team are on one side and the bad guys are on the other side. Same kind of strategy where you just want to focus on one person and knock them down. You can give them you set up your characters at the start of a battle with like if they come in and invade and then like you fight them, you confront them. You kind of like set up your characters with like whatever weapon you want to give them. You can put bulletproof vests on them, give
Mhm.
them first aid kits and bandages to help them get through those fights. I was starting to play with a cat because I wanted the cat to chase the mice away because I didn't want them around, but or
I
rats, I
never
guess you
saw
call 'em.
any mice.
I did once I switched to the dog, and the dog uh, turned out to be a lot more useful because anytime you got into those battles, the dog would fight with you. And there was a
See,
few battles where the dog was the only one doing any damage. All I was doing was picking up my weapon and putting bandages on myself and taking med kits while the dog was doing the damage.
that was another thing that took me forever to figure out because I would set up an expedition and it would select Al because he was like the first guy I created. And I was like,
Right.
okay, I'll send him.
Oh
And then
yeah.
like he'd come back, I'd want to send someone else. And like, oh, it's Al again. All right, I guess he's the only one that can go out. I never noticed there's a
Yeah.
little arrow at the top that would let you select which character, how many characters, because they give you two pictures. Like,
Yeah.
who else do you want to send? I could never figure out how to do it. I had to look it up, and then sure enough, there's just a little arrow that's very easy to miss right at the top.
Yeah, I would send out the kids a lot actually because I was playing
Mhm.
on easy mode, so there wasn't a chance that they would run into any bad guys or anything like that and have to fight them, or a very slim chance. And they had
Mhm.
high perception, so that's why they were good to send out because they would find things better than the adults would. And the adults were more knowledgeable on my game, so they fixed things more quickly.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that so basically what we're talking about too is survival mode, which is like the main part of the game. There are some other there's two other scenario parts of the game. Did
Mhm.
you try
No,
any
I
of
haven't
those?
messed with those.
Okay, so I did probably the most of my play was in the first scenario. I forgot that there was a second scenario, and I just kind of started
Mhm.
it like an hour before we started recording, and
Okay.
it's completely different. It's like a sci-fi thing where you are
Really?
were yeah, your family wakes up, they were cryogenically frozen by this old man who froze you and your family for 60 years while he was perfecting this rocket ship to get you off of Earth and take you to another planet that's safe to be around. So everything in the shelter is provided for you. Like you have enough water, and you don't have to worry about the oxygen. You don't have to worry about the water filter or anything like that. You already have a lot of the equipment that you need. The only thing you need is food. So you kind of have to grow your food, and then you have to send your expedition teams out to find parts to finish the rocket. And you're trying to
Mm.
finish it before the old man dies, because if the old man dies, he's the only one that knows how to put the rocket together. So you're going to be stuck there. So I only played about an hour of that. Uh, the majority of the time I spent with this game was on scenario one, which is a little different. Um, you don't go out on expeditions um, kind of like you do in survival mode. Instead,
Mhm.
you are what is the scenario again? This is the thing I played the most. you start off with the family. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so yeah, you start off with a family of 3, and I think so. That's a dad and a mom and a kid. Oh no, there's 2 kids. No, there's only 1 kid. Anyways, dad and mom and kid and a dog.
Mhm.
And the dad is the one who goes off on expeditions. So he just goes off and he shows up once every 10 days with everything that he found in during his expedition.
Mhm.
And you kind of decide what you want to take from his expedition. Like you can actually control where he goes. Like when he comes, he like starts telling his story of where he went, and it converts to the map. And you can say, okay, well, he went there, and he goes there, and then you could kind of select on which um, places he went to, but you don't actually send them out. Like you don't send out any other members of the team. Where your job as the mom and the kid and the dog is to protect the shelter that's consistently being attacked by uh, people coming in trying to
Mhm.
steal all your stuff. Um, so that was one thing too about the setting the traps. You had some. I had to start off. You had some things to set off the traps, but you couldn't set the trap until you were being attacked, which
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
like. So that's why you had to improve your door. Like
Mhm.
there's 2 doors coming into the place. Yet you wanted to improve those to give yourself more time to set up traps, because as you start building
Mhm.
more traps, it's going to take you more time to set them. And the biggest thing that you needed in this was nylon, because the nylon
Mm.
string is what you use to set the tripwire in order to set
Yeah.
the trap. And the traps didn't always work too. A lot of times they would just walk through them and it would say miss, and that was
Miss, yeah.
frustrating.
How
Uh,
do you miss shotgun? Yeah.
I don't know. A shotgun's supposed to spray everywhere. Like, come on. I could see it doing less damage or more damage, but yeah, that was, anyways. And then, yeah, you're spending a lot of time training the son and daughter to bulk up so you can use better equipment
Mhm.
to survive. So the scenario is 50 days you need to survive, and I think I made it to like 42 days
Mhm.
until I didn't have basically if a character dies, they come back. You have like a defibrillator inside the shelter, and you can bring them
Really?
back to, yeah, you can bring them back to half life, and they're in a weakened state.
Mhm.
And so like these on the 42nd day, these guys came in. My traps did absolutely nothing, or I didn't have enough. That's what it was. I didn't have enough um, nylon to set any of the traps, so they all came in at full strength. And I suppose I could have just like hid and let them take some food and go
Mhm.
away, because I think you do have enough food to get through the 50 days. It's water that's the big thing.
Mhm.
You only have so much water. Um, but anyways, yeah, that's probably what I spent most of my time playing, and that's where I realized like the dog was, because it kind of forces you to use the dog, and the dog was
Mhm.
like bailed my ass out of a few battles. Um, but yeah, it's still very stressful game. Um,
Yeah, well,
I
I could say the biggest amount of stress, it just comes from not knowing what to do, and I
yeah,
don't know if that's intentionally, like, if
yeah,
you were in this situation, it would
right.
be,
You'd
that
have to
kind of
figure
like,
it
what
out.
do I do?
Yeah.
But yeah, there were a lot of things that I felt like if the game gave me a little bit of a hint, I would
Right.
know to do this thing.
Or even just have like some menus where I could read to see what it is I'm supposed to
Yeah,
do,
because some of it is my fault, like the map thing. Like I didn't know you could scroll, but it's right there. Like every time you see the map, there's a
I
little
didn't
text right at the top.
didn't
I
notice it
never
either.
noticed it. I
That's
never
pretty bad.
noticed it.
Yeah.
I don't know
Um,
if it's a dyslexia thing or if it's just you're too busy trying to get this stuff done in real
I
time.
I don't know. The other thing I kind of, well, okay, so the one thing I with real time strategy games is what I'm used to is that you hit the space button and it pauses the game, stops
Mhm.
everything. So you can like, guys are coming in, hit space, pause the game. Okay, what am I going to do? And you can take some time to think about how to set everything up. This game does
Mhm.
not let you do that at all. You got to think on the fly all the time. So that was part of the stress. I wish there were save points too. If you exit,
Mm.
it saves the game for you, so you can exit at any time. But you can't like have a save point to go back to. Like you can't if you're on, if you die on day 42, you can't go back to day 40 and try some different things. And I
Right.
think
Right.
that would have helped as well because then it would have made it a little more like, okay, let me try some different things to see what works. And oh, that didn't work, but I only lost a couple days, or that didn't
Mm.
work, I only lost 10 days, or whatever it is. Instead, it's like you're dead. That's it. Perma kill. You're starting back on day zero with either a different family or you can kind of save. You can build a family and save them and start, but they're starting at scratch. Everything you built up to that point is gone. Um, what'd you think of the visual style of it?
Well, it's very simple. I preferred it that way. I didn't want to be distracted by anything too that I'd like, then fixate on and just like, oh, let
Right.
me admire this kind of thing. So it's very simple style. To me, it's fine because you're so busy clicking on menus, do this, do that, do that. I don't really want to spend time being enamored by the environment,
Right.
and
Okay.
it helps that you can just see so much so quickly.
Yeah. I did find though, uh, like things weren't clear sometimes. Like, for instance, I knew that there was a light in the room. I knew that like a
Mm.
light could, it comes off when the power generator turns off and you don't go fill up
Mm.
the tank. But I didn't know that you could like disable the light, like that you could
Yeah,
click
you
on
can
it.
turn them on and off
Yeah,
to save yourself some
power.
electricity and everything.
Right. And then you can, like moving stuff around and all that, like you can move it around. But like, I wish it would have stuck out a little better from the background and didn't blend in so much. So I could
Certain
like,
things, yeah, like
yeah,
the lights, yeah, they do kind of hide in there. um, I don't know. After a while, like I had no problem with that. I know there were some other things that I got stuck on along the way, but all the things you said of like, how do you find food? Okay, you make the snare. I'm starving. Let me eat the rabbit. I get food poisoning
yeah,
immediately. Then, like later on, it clicked to me. It's like, oh, that's your sanitation bar. If you're too dirty and you eat, food,
yeah,
everybody would get food poisoning, and they
right,
start
right.
vomiting all over the shelter, and you got to constantly clean up. But as you progress through the game, if you can get enough resources to get the really nice items,
Hmm.
um, like if you get the recycler, that's fantastic because then everything you find that's junk, you throw it in there. Okay, now I've got metal, now I've got nylon, now I've got wood. You can
Okay.
just get all that kind of stuff. You can
It made it
build it.
the in the menu. It made it sound like the recycler wasn't very good because they said, yeah, you could do all this stuff, but it's not very good. It wastes a lot of
That's the
material.
first recycler. If you get the level 4 recycler.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, you start finding blueprints outside where you can make those special items. And it's stuff like the super water butt it's smaller than the largest one, but contains as much water and produces its own water somehow.
Oh,
And then there's like super um, pantry that grows its own food.
wow.
And there were a
I
couple
didn't
other things.
I didn't
There
get
was
to
like
any of that.
super shower and stuff like that, but every time I had somebody out who found one of those, they'd get killed on the way back, and then you
Yeah,
lose everything that they have. It's like now I got to build another backpack, and now I got to build another lock pick and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. Uh, another thing I wished was that there was a little bit of variation in the music. Um, it was just the same background song that played over and over again until you got
Did,
attacked.
yeah, well, that's true. Well, you could build a jukebox later on.
Yeah, I saw that, and yeah, you can put records in it and whatnot.
Mm,
But I don't until you get to that point. And normally I would just turn off the music and play my own music on the computer. But
mhm.
I needed that uh, other music to come on when people were attacking because I was
Yeah.
afraid I was going to miss them when they
Well,
came
I
in.
mean, another thing you can build later on is there's like a camera tower that'll give you a
Yeah,
warning.
I
It
saw
gives you
that
like a
stuff. Did
30-second
that?
warning.
Did you build all that? Like you were able
Oh
to?
yeah.
So
I've built pretty much everything at this
wow.
point that you
See,
could, because
I got everything I needed for like the rifle one.
yeah,
Like automatically like track their movement and that. I had everything but the rifle. I couldn't find a rifle for the life of me.
if you start scanning the map, the same thing happened to
Yeah.
me. I couldn't find one, but then you can go to police stations where you can find more guns. You can go to
Mm,
military barracks, and that's where you
mm,
find rifles.
I see.
And did you find anything for the RV? There's an RV on the
No.
surface that needs all these parts.
Right. Yeah, because
Same
eventually the
thing. I
family's gonna drive away, right? That's the
No,
idea?
that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was, like an end game and you get out of there. But no, all the RV does is make it easier for you to travel around the map.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
you just use gas and then drive around. So, like, I was searching and searching, but this was before I knew you could scroll the map, and I
Mm,
found one tire after a really long time. I was like, "Oh, okay." Then I found out you could scroll the map if you go to junkyards
mm.
and scrap yards and stuff. Then you can find. I found like I found, what did I find? A fuse, maybe some kind of cable. I found like two or three parts, but not much.
Hmm.
So
Well,
if you go back and try the game again, just know all those things. You can scroll the map immediately.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
I
you
think I
know,
will. I think I will. I think I do wanna give it more of a shot because
one one thing I did early on is I just built as many water butts as I could to collect a ton of water, because that then became my currency when I needed to trade
right.
something.
Yeah.
And I was careful, like, okay, I'm gonna wait until it rains to have a shower or use the toilet and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then still, like, I got through a point where I had only 3 family members, but everybody was thirsty. It was, like, so little water. We had a dry spell,
Mm.
but it was just like you scrape by for so long, and then it becomes a lot easier. Because now I'm at the point where I've got too much food, too much water. I trap an
Send it
animal,
over to my shelter. I need it.
somebody comes by and they're like, "Oh, I've got 9 pieces of metal. Ah, here you go. Have like half my deer. Just take
Wow.
get out of here." But all the people I send out keep getting killed because there's other factions out there, and so you go to certain areas and like there's Mad Max bikers in one area, and there's people who are living like animals in another area. And I found a place. There's you go by and there's a cage and there's like a person trapped in the cage and there's somebody guarding it. And then the person I sent was someone I recruited, and
Oh.
they're like, "Oh, that's my husband or something in that cage," and I can't get him out, and weird things like that start happening.
How many people do you have in your shelter now?
Well, I didn't start recruiting anybody until I had to, when I was down to Bud and Kelly. Oh, Peggy got eaten by bears. That's what happened to her.
Oh.
Um, I was down to the kids and they couldn't get rid of the dead body, so I had to bring someone in. And at first, I was just dismissing everybody, like, I don't want you
Mm.
here eating my food. But then I realized, okay, if I send them out, I think I realized that you could get them loyal.
Mhm.
So I try to keep it still to a maximum of 4,
Okay.
because I have my the air filter and water filter maxed it out. So it says you can have up to 11 people in the shelter.
Right.
I was like, that sounds like way too much to keep track of.
Right.
So I would keep Kelly in the house and she would just do all the house stuff. Just have her, on the radio broadcasting, fixing basic things. And then I would have 2 people that I would keep them on the same schedule, have them fed and rested at the same time so they could go out together with 2 backpacks and carry a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And then I'd have a third person who I was training, and then they would just do like short excursions, just go to nearby places. But then eventually everybody just started getting killed. I couldn't avoid enough encounters, or, you know, I would be forced into a fight and then I would shoot like an entire clip at somebody, and it would just be block,
Yeah.
miss, 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 block, miss, miss, and they come over and just like 2 hits kill me. Like, okay,
Uh,
what am I gonna do? Now I lost everything.
oh.
So
Well,
it's fun. I'm kind of glad that I can stop playing, but at the same time, there's a part of me that wants to, you know, see what else I could do.
right, yeah. Well, you made it a lot further than I did. Maybe if I stuck to just survivor mode, I would have gotten further. But yeah, you should give the scenarios a try because it does put a little bit of a different twist on the game. You know.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I did enjoy it for the most part, but I did find it stressful. I didn't find it a relaxing play.
Yeah, well, it was interesting because it's just different kind of game. I probably wouldn't have picked up otherwise, and yeah, it was neat to play around with. I don't know if I'll mess around with other survival games or go with the sequel or anything. I might just chalk it up to that was interesting.
Hmm.
Let me go back to standard action adventure games.
Beat 'em ups.
Yeah,
By the way, there's a new Marvel beat 'em up. I can't remember
is
what it's
there
called, but yeah, it looks like very old school Marvel beat 'em up kind of game.
really? Is
Yeah,
it on Steam or something?
I think so. Pretty sure it's on Steam.
Okay, let's do some internet research here.
Oh, on the fly. Well, while you're researching that, we haven't really discussed. Oh, there it is. Sauce has it. Cosmic Invasion. Oh, and he was
Marvel.
asking if did you name your dog Lucky from
No, well,
Game of
that's the
Thrones?
other thing that bothered me is you could recruit new people, but after you lose your animal, you can't get another one.
Oh,
You don't like find a cat or a dog or anything like that. So it would have been nice because I never got to see what the dog could do because
that,
I didn't know you could take it out with you and it just sat around the house eating food all day. It's like, what do I have you for?
well, it's good that like you can't just load up your shelter full of cats. That would be something.
Yeah, true. There's so many things I never saw though. Like I never built a mouse trap because I never saw any mice or anything.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
like,
never
all
built
right.
a mousetrap. I did see a rat, but I don't know. Maybe it stole some food. I don't know.
Because you have to clean the shelter, so I'm guessing if you don't clean often
Oh
enough,
yeah,
then they come around.
probably. Yeah, and that uses water too, by the way, when you clean. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It is nice though when you get better toilets, so you don't your character's not like
yeah, just scrunched
hurtled
over.
over, just
Yeah.
scrunched over the bucket, just having this like hard, dry poop. And then you got to clean that out too. That's
Yeah, and that takes water too.
yeah.
Um, so I'm assuming for next month we're probably gonna watch a movie, considering this month will be busy and it takes us probably 2 months to play a game. So maybe in February we
Ooh,
might do another game.
I'm looking at this Marvel game. This does look
Yes,
fun.
yeah, it looks like something you'd be into.
Wow,
It's
how many
kind of
different characters do you get?
I don't know.
Wow, look at that. I see Storm, Wolverine, Spider-Man. I see Iceman, Thor,
But it's that
Venom,
classic
Phoenix.
arcade look, 32
It
bit.
has it has that, yeah. I guess kind of like that it's got a little bit of that Ninja Turtles
Yes,
Shredder's Revenge vibe to it.
I imagine that's what they were going for. That's what they were aiming for
Okay,
with it.
I'm gonna wish list this. 10%
Yeah,
off right now.
I'd wait for a little for me. That's a $10 game.
Oh yeah,
That's
this
where
this is
I'm
I'm
at.
not buying this anytime soon, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, it looks
Oh
fun.
no,
Okay.
we lost Richard to Steam. Oh, it's the same people who did Ninja Turtles. Says Sauce.
Oh, that makes
There you
perfect
go.
sense.
He thinks it's the same people. Okay, so next month, January, we should do a movie, and then we should talk about a
Hmm.
game later for February.
Okay.
But there's this movie that I watched recently that I
Hmm.
want you to see. I don't know, maybe you've seen it already. Have you ever watched William Friedkin's 1977? I think this came out. This movie. Let's see. The called Sorcerer. I don't even want to show you the cover.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Okay, I don't even want to show you the cover. Oh, maybe I will show you the cover. The cover's
No,
nice.
don't spoil it for me.
That doesn't
Hang
spoil
on.
it. It's just a regular cover. So,
Okay, hang on. Wait a minute.
So this
Oh,
movie,
go ahead. Hmm.
William Friedkin is the director, and Roy Schneider,
Roy
Roy
Scheider,
Scheider is
Apple
plays
Scheider.
the lead in this film. Uh, I had just watched it a couple of weeks ago, and it's one of those movies that I can't stop thinking about. And I was so I want to rip that to my server, and I'll get you up on that server, and then maybe we can watch that for January.
William Friedkin Sorcerer.
Yeah, don't look up too
Uh,
much. Don't look up too much because I went in blind. I went in
I'm
like
looking up. I'm just looking up on like an eBay site here. It's like, I found a Blu-ray.
if you want to buy
Ooh,
the
it's a
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. It's like a book. Ooh, it's got words in it. Wow.
Well, did you want me to try to put that on the server, or are you going to buy the Blu-ray? How much is a Blu-ray?
Well, I got it here for 1,600 yen,
What is that? $16?
which no, that's here. Let me.
Back in the
Oh
day, it
boy,
was you could convert like that.
no here. Canada buck.
Oh, for Canadian, it's probably $25.
Canadian dollar to peso. No.
The peso. How many pesos?
Hang on,
Really?
hang on. Yen to Canadian dollar. 1,600 comes out to 14 Canadian bucks.
Wow.
14.23.
Is that with shipping?
No, I'd have to add just a little bit to shipping
Oh.
there. I don't know.
It's up
So
to you
you
if you want to
want
buy
to
it.
watch this movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's the price of going to the theater, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so are we doing Sorcerer officially for January?
Yep, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Sounds good. Bit of a lost 70s classic, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. So that's good. And then yeah, we'll wrap this up and then talk about what game we want to do next.
We'll
So
find another depressing, stressful game for you to play.
hopefully, I mean that's the goal. Or maybe somebody will gift us the Marvel Cosmic Invasion, 2 copies. 2 copies.
Well,
Please.
hey, it's what's the winter sales coming up?
It's
That
probably
will be
only
on
gonna be
sale.
10%. I mean, there's no way that game just came out.
Did this just came out? Is that
Yeah,
why it's
like
10%? Oh,
like
release date December 2nd. Okay.
yeah. So Sauce wants a gift as well. So we'll need 3 loyal listeners. Okay. That was good. Good times. Talked about bad oranges and awkward instructions in classes, doing lessons in class.
Yeah.
And
the time tunnel.
and the time
Volume
tunnel.
2. I didn't
And
show this one. I also got Thank You for Smoking. I've
okay.
heard good things about this. I've never seen it.
I watched it a long time ago. I don't remember too much about it. I do know it's Jason
It's
Reitman film.
Jason Reitman. You got
Yeah.
you got Aaron Eckhart in there.
Yes.
A lot of
That
people
was
in there actually.
a pre-Batman Aaron Eckhart. I think that his role in that movie got him the Two-Face role in the Batman. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Stay tuned on the social media. See what we have up our sleeves. Oh, and yeah, that's right. He was in what was he in Ghostbusters? Wait a minute.
Aaron Eckhart was in Ghostbusters?
Was he in the he
New
must have been in the newer
Ghostbusters.
ones. Was he in one of the newer ones?
Did you watch all of those? Did you watch that Frozen one?
No. Frozen something Empire?
Frozen Empire, I think it's
Yeah,
called.
no, I did. What?
Oh, you're
Jason
talking about
Reitman.
Jason
Right.
Reitman. Right.
That's right. Yeah. I thought Aaron Eckhart directed the movie for a second. Like what? Yeah, no, I actually my buddy Frank was like, "Yeah, when are we going to see that Ghostbusters movie?" And I'm like, "You know what? I I haven't liked the previous two, so why would I waste my time? So he went to go see it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a good call in that Ghostbusters movie. It's good thing he didn't go see it." Like I just remember seeing one thing where it was like 16 characters all busting a ghost. They're all like all in the screen because they had to have the new characters and then the legacy characters and then the characters from the movie that you're watching all busting a ghost. You go look it up. Just type in like too many Ghostbusters or something.
Is that
It's
going to be the
insane.
title of the next one? Too many Ghostbusters.
Too many Ghostbusters. They're just too many. Okay. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. Thanks Sauce for being in the chat, and we'll do it again. We'll do it live. Oh, I guess Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
Oh yeah,
Happy
past
Holidays,
the holidays.
all that stuff. Be safe. You know, that's it. Get ready for 2026. It's gonna be fun. 2026. Thought 2025.
It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same.
2026 is gonna be something. Oh, there's gonna be stuff happening. I mean, not on this show, but in other places, stuff's gonna happen.
Sure.
Okay,
Other places are playing that Cosmic Invasion game right now.
probably, and they're getting
They
a lot
already
more.
finished. They played
Yeah.
it days ago.
They're on day 528 in their game of Cosmic. Yeah. Okay. That's it, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening. Goodbye.
Bye.